Welcome to another episode of the Utility Players Podcast, episode 7. I'm coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, at the semi-bubble here, the NCAA Women's Tournament. Welcome, boys. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Ben, you notice how he said tournament, right?
Tournament.
Yeah,
I love it.
Duke fans don't know about that.
No, they don't this year.
Oh, damn.
It only took 10 seconds.
That came at me quick. That hit me
That's what
hard
she
right
said.
there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Right off the bat. What's going on for it?
Me and some lemon pepper chicken wings.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't eat the wings or what?
What?
What's up?
Don't eat the wings?
Don't eat the wings where?
I don't know.
Oh,
Ben
no.
said don't do that.
Oh,
It's a Nick. Don't make me laugh like that.
we got
Definitely
Gravy,
eating the wings.
Gravy looking like a 1999 World Series New York Met manager over here.
Out
Got the
you.
throwback colors.
Yep.
Love it. So
Hey,
we'll lead
Coach.
off with that.
What
With
position am I
the
playing today?
we'll lead off with the NCAA bracket. We obviously did a challenge we put it on our story on our Instagram. You could you have a few days to fill that out. Just a challenge. I think the boys wanted to do something where we invite a person that wins that bracket, our pool, to come on the pod. I was thinking something more money to motivate people to click that link and join us, just have some fun. Are we doing that, guys? Are we doing something where we have somebody jump on and they could promote, whether it's a business or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe
I'm gonna win. So whoever, like the first non-pod
Shit.
and
member.
you have a chance to have a guest.
Yeah.
I'm definitely winning. There's no shot.
I haven't
So
even
if
done
you
mine.
guys,
It's
if you
over.
guys are saying already you're winning, do you then know who you're going to take to win it all? Or now are you
Yes.
willing to say that now?
Yes.
Who?
Gonzaga.
That's a good choice.
Fuck outta here.
Undefeated.
I don't even
Zion's
care that they're
choking.
undefeated.
I'm writing these down, by the way.
Go ahead, write them down.
Got to make sure we hold each other accountable on this
Sharpie it
podcast. You
in.
can't be like Stephen A. Smith that says Kyrie Irving should retire, and then 21 days later he's saying he should be MVP. So we got to make sure we're addressing.
No
these.
one should listen to Stephen A. Smith. When I have my daughter later this year, the first thing I will teach her is don't listen to Stephen A. Smith. That'll be her first word will be fuck Stephen A. Smith. That's what she'll say.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's all shock value at the end of the day. All these people on television. It's funny. We get a lot of requests on either on text and group chats and stuff like that. You guys should have more debates and more going back and forth arguing. And it's funny because when I talk to people about Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, Fox, they always hate people that are just arguing for no reason, taking the other side.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's not organic. Why would the four of us do something that's A, not us, and B, just because people want it? So
Yeah.
hopefully you guys
I
like
don't
what you
wanna-
hear from us. Yeah, our
I
opinions.
don't want to argue. Why do I want to
No.
argue with anybody? This isn't Everybody Loves Raymond. You
No,
know?
yeah. Like I said
It was
earlier,
terrible.
if I want to argue, I'll just put myself back in the whole lot of smoke shit group chat
I do
And
love
I'll-
Raymond, though.
and I'll
Shout out.
argue there. Yeah.
We'll see how many people listen to the pod in that
Hey.
group chat.
Probably
From
two.
that.
Back to the NCAA. All right. So we're gonna do a utility players podcast bracket where winner gets to come on the show. I was thinking though, us four can't be in that same one, because what if we win it? We're already on the show, and then we have to do something stupid and say, "Hey, the second place gets it." So what if we did
That's
all
why I was up
four
for
of
the money.
us differently, right? Differently,
Yeah.
and then whoever wins, I don't know if gets what, but whoever loses has to do something live on the show that the other
Okay.
three choose.
I would say loser has to shave their beard, but you don't have one, and I have a goatee now. So
I'll
Give
tell
me-
people if I'll cancel the pod. I'll be off the show. I'll get written off right away. Like I'm not doing it. He died. Just
Hey.
tell him that.
What would you do? What
died.
would it take for you to shave that? What would it take?
What would it take?
Yeah.
Probably like my mother asked, like really needing me to do it for some. If we're talking hypotheticals, shout
Okay.
out mom. She listens to it on YouTube, watches us. So
What about
It
what
would,
about
it would
a
have
million?
to take that.
What about $1 million? Let's go money. What about $1
$1
million?
million, of course. That I mean, I would
Yeah.
do it for.
All right. Thank
for,
you.
for
God
a few
damn.
thousand for sure. Yeah, I would do it for
Yeah.
money. I'm in. So that brings
10,000
me to
bucks?
this point. Yeah, I would probably
10,000?
do it for 10,000. You won't see me.
I would do it too.
I'll go rogue.
I would
for
do
like,
it too.
I'll
Yeah.
go rogue for about 9 days until I get that little stubble back. But that
Hey, I
leads to
gotta-
my next point. Why I'm in San Antonio. Sorry, Grave, to cut you off. But
No, you're good.
just kind of mentioned in the beginning. I wanted to segue real quick. In San Antonio, in the bubble, quote unquote, it's not as strict as the NBA. We're working with a company that does COVID tracing and has the analytics kind of tracking those people. So they usually do as a company for tracking performance. Now they kind of did that for the NCAA and the bubble. It's kind of cool. I learned a lot today. Had a lot of fun. Went to the convention center, seen the practice courts, took some pictures, put it on our story. I'll have hopefully a lot of videos and photos throughout the week. But when I went to go take one of the pictures and upload it, one of the ladies said, "I hope you're not taking that for social media." I was at that point, I was just taking the picture, so I had it. But turns out they were like, "Oh, we didn't unveil it to, on our social media yet, so they didn't want other people putting it on before." I was like, "No, I'm good." So I'll have all those probably down later in the week when I can. But hopefully, I'll have some cool photos and stories for next week about this week. Go ahead, Greg.
I was gonna say I just came up with a great idea. I just saw on ESPN that the women's bracket is live.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have a challenge for the women's bracket,
They do.
but if they do, Ray, it should just be me and you. If I win, you have to shave your beard. But
Okay,
if you
we're
win,
talking reckless.
I'll
It's
get a
episode
Brooklyn
7.
Nets
We're talking
tattoo.
reckless.
We're getting no monetary. We're
We are
actually in the
going-
hole with this show, and you're
we're
trying to get people
probably
to shave beards.
We're probably betting 2 of the last things we would ever do on this earth. Like,
You're
think
good.
about that. We're just going episode 7. We're going right.
I'd get a
right
Brooklyn
for the
tattoo. I wouldn't get a Brooklyn. I would like scheme it in a way to mean something about
You're
Brooklyn
right.
and not the Nets.
You're right. You could actually do that. I'm actually, while we're talking, I'm looking up because I'm in La Quinta, and they actually are bracketed to who's going to stay in this hotel or who I do the COVID tracing. I could kind of see the players. I don't know
Right.
any of them, but you guys
just
could talk,
came
and I'm
out.
going to look that up to see what teams I have
I-
in my hotel.
Well, hey,
We should do
Now-
a women's one as well.
now that you know,
Iowa State got a 7 seed. Shout out. Iowa
was that the
State.
men's
Iowa.
team? The men's team?
This is the women's.
Oh, I thought the men's team got a 7 seed in the women's tournament. Sorry. Damn, I'm on fire today.
Yeah.
Listen, now that you know Ray
Probably.
San and La Quinta, all you big girls that live in San Antonio, you know where to go tonight.
Go ahead for it.
They got some churros.
Dude, there is speaking of that, there's a almost like a map, like a kid map that you would get at Great Adventure or Six Flags, whatever. And it has all the restaurants in the area, mainly the main $1 million company franchises. And there is like 37 McDonald's in a square radius of 3 miles of McDonald's. It's insane. Thank
That's
God
some
they have other
BBWs.
options here, but I was walking around downtown, and no offense, but Charles Barkley was right when he says there's a lot of churros going around here. Churros and McDonald's. I now know that about San Antonio.
He said it's not a river, it's a creek.
Honestly, it's not that wide. It's about like 10 to 15 feet wide. Probably
Yeah.
underestimating it, but it's not that really.
No.
It does look like
That's not what you
it's
think
just
it
a
is.
big leak. A big leak.
Yeah.
All right, wait. So do we only get my pick for the
Yeah, we only
tournament
got
champion?
yours.
Yeah.
So that's it. No one
Say
has a pick.
Gonzaga, right?
I'm taking Michigan.
For
Michigan.
You do know their best players
That's my
out, right?
college football team.
That's okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh,
And they're in a tough bracket.
Actually,
hey, you go with that. I'm not saying mine yet because I'm not ready. I haven't decided. I'll
But it's
decide.
between
I
Gonzaga
haven't
and
filled
who?
out my bracket, so to be continued. I'll post it.
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
I
know
will
you
say, yeah,
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga is one of my final two. It's Gonzaga and somebody else. I haven't decided who that somebody else is yet.
Okay.
Gonzaga, the best team overall, probably heavily
This is-
favored, and I'll throw out another one out there eventually.
This is legit a year I think they could win it all because their bracket is pretty, I'm not going to say soft, but it's pretty pretty decent. I think the hardest team they can run into is going to be Iowa in that bracket. They already beat them this year, and Gonzaga can score. They probably have one of the best scoring teams in the tournament. If they can play decent defense, they can win it all.
They're complete.
But
Tournament always comes down to guard play, and I'm taking.
And they have
Jalen
good,
Suggs.
and they got good guard play.
Yeah.
All right, I have. It looks like I have the following teams in my hotel. Number 5, the 5 seeds. Who's that?
Iowa.
No. Oh, Iowa. Yeah, I got Iowa.
Iowa women are 5. Oh shit!
I got 11 seeds. Wow, this is crazy. Bradley, 11. I gotta look it out. I'll kind of put it out or mention it later when I have the full list. But I gotta
get some photo ops while you can out there.
I got 8 teams in my
real quick.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, if I went to the men's hotel or Indianapolis, I probably wouldn't even know half of those dudes.
No, there's a girl. There's a guard for Iowa. She's averaging like 25 plus. Yeah.
All right, I'll look around because I think they'll pass by or whatever when they come back.
I think her name's Kaylin. All right, we done with college basketball?
Yeah, but I think we're done. That's probably 3 more minutes that I wanted to spend on it. It's just relevant to my location and kind of go fill out your brackets on our challenge. Just do it. You got time.
I gotta get some shit off my chest.
Okay, good. Oh, the gravy event. This is not.
Odell?
Oh, hopefully it won't be like Ben's outburst.
Did he say
last week.
Odell?
We'll see.
Yeah, he did.
You know
Go
what?
ahead, Gravy.
You know why you know that shit's true? Because it immediately got crushed out of the media.
It's not true. It's not true.
Hey.
Well, hey, there's
Deion
nothing wrong with
Sanders,
that, though.
Primetime said it wasn't true. Then it's not true.
Oh my God. Like that dude's probably getting shit on his chest.
All right. I'm moving on.
Ooh. If I had a bloop button or a bleep button.
I need answers, okay?
All right, the Nets are up on the next.
How
Okay.
the fuck do the Kansas City Chiefs give a player $80 million?
Who
was it?
The former offensive lineman for the Patriots, Joe Thuney, I think is how you say his last name.
Oh yeah.
5 years.
There was a lot of
$80
people
million.
getting money this week. A lot of people got the bag.
And
in
I
the
get
NFL.
it.
Yeah.
Patty reconstructed his deal. I think it was Chris Jones and I want to say Travis Kelce. All restructured their deals, opened up cap space.
Ohio.
Why do my New York Giants have $2 million in cap? Well, I found out
Cap.
that Barkley, Bradbury, Martinez, and I believe Shepard account for 40% of our salary cap.
Ooh. What
So
do you
not
do?
only
Ford over here eating as if he doesn't know we're
Yeah.
on YouTube.
this first guy to ever eat on the podcast.
He just
Like
got out of
that
work,
first.
so I forgive him.
So
ate all day.
Leonard Williams, who we traded a few picks for, wanted
Yeah.
$16 million last season, and we said no. Now the guy wants 25. Granted, he deserves it. He had a great year last year. We're not paying
did.
him that. Kenny Galladay, he met with us first. He walked out of the room. He's not signing with us.
Man,
Why do
don't
we have
out.
$2 million? We have $2
underestimate
million.
that.
We have $2 million. We need a lot.
What's the solution?
I don't know, but it doesn't make sense. The Bucks are bringing back Gronkowski, $10 million.
Yeah, one year, 10 million. I saw that.
Wow.
Like,
Damn, that's crazy. He
the
went from
Patriots are
retirement
signing
to,
everybody.
wow.
Oh
They
yeah.
just signed Kendrick Bourne, $22 million.
Wait,
the
the
Jets
Patriots
signed-
did?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
But
Wait,
you can't
Corey
you can't
Davis.
overestimate
Corey
these
Davis signed with the
NFL
Jets.
deals. These NFL deals, how many times do you see people getting released halfway through? Like we just released the Giants, we just released Golden Tate after 2 years out of the
Yeah.
4 years, and we
That guy's
saved.
horrible.
That's
That
what
was
I mean,
Golden
though.
Tate.
Like,
It's
but
Golden
his money was like a 4 year, 64 mil, and now we just saved probably nearly half of that by cutting them. So these deals are non guaranteed, most of them.
Yeah, but like we can't sign anybody, and we need to pay dudes. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna need to re-sign
tough.
Barkley. We're gonna need to re-sign Peppers. We need to re-sign Tomlinson. It's bro.
Who's taking? I don't get who's taking up all that cap space then.
I just told you
Oh,
those 5 guys are taking up 40% of our cap.
We forgot to mention Brady re-signed as well.
Yeah, Brady resigned.
He's finally getting his bag at the end of his career, ironically. It's wild.
Corey Davis from the Titans went to the Jets, $37.5 million. Corey Linsley, the center for the Packers, he went to the Chargers, 5 years, $62.5 million. That's a good signing
Ben,
for them.
you can name the deal that you spazzed out about in the group chat.
Please.
I mean, Nick brought it up.
Yeah,
you can say go back to back rants right now.
I got the specifics.
Wait,
I almost said the specifics.
Is it true? Is that deal legit true?
So here you go.
Yes.
4 years, $140 million. Okay. All the years are voidable, and it's a mechanism to free up cap space for this year, according to Adam Schefter.
But they legit.
It saves them $7.5 million against the cap this year.
But they legit gave Taysom Hill $140 million.
Yes, but it can be voided. So that brings me to something that Phil Yates tweeted. The only 2 quarterbacks in NFL history to sign a 4-year, $140 million extension are Taysom Hill and Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, yeah.
Oh my God. See, and that's why people look at deals all the time and compare them from, player to player. Some franchises have different, like obviously they just lost their quote unquote franchise player that didn't know if he was going to retire. Then they have to make a move. And what do? You either give more money to Winston or you give money to Hill, and they chose Hill. And obviously, you said, it's avoidable. So hopefully they save money if it doesn't work out.
I have questions about the Taysom Hill thing. So all years are voidable. So if it's 4 years, 140 million, right? So what's that equal? Is it 35 mil a year? Right? Yeah. 35 mil a year.
Yeah.
If he doesn't perform well this year, they can just void the whole thing and not have to pay him that 35 mil.
Yep.
So then do they have the specifics in the contract to saying what he has to do to get that 35 mil?
Nope. It's just he got I think it was a $9.5 million signing bonus.
Is he going to score 35 touchdowns?
It doesn't.
No, he barely. I think probably had 3.
Because he's going to be playing full time now. So
yeah, it's like, is Jameis officially done in New Orleans now?
He's a free agent.
Yeah,
I know.
A free agent.
But
so the Saints are literally going to go from Drew Brees to Taysom Hill. What has Taysom Hill ever done? What has he ever done?
I don't
all
know.
that potential there, and they're trying to take advantage if he falls out for whatever they see every single day that they've seen for the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay,
they're trying to see if they can maximize it. They could get a deal out of this, but I don't know.
If there was potential, then why'd they bring in Jameis last year? If Taysom Hill had the potential, then why'd they go and sign Jameis?
Because if Breeze got hurt, he's a contingency plan to the contingency plan, because Hill was always going to be in the mix no matter what, right? Whether Breeze played or not. So then you got Jameis that could be motivated. He could come in, and it's kind of like probably a non-guarantee contract when they signed him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of their side. Their
offense is going to take a hit.
Yeah, for
100% sure.
Yeah,
did you see those stats they tweeted out about Drew Brees? His stats are nuts.
Yeah.
Because with Taysom, you had that it factor. He was like your X weapon. Like you can put him wherever now. If he's QB1,
because you already had a quarterback.
Yeah, you can't put him wherever. Like defenses are going to know what's coming. More so than what happened last year. So it's like it's not going to be as fun. And Mike Thomas can't catch a pass to save his life. So
shout out Mike Thomas.
0 yard Mike in a playoff game. Easy guard Mike.
Taysom Hill is the non-religious version of Tim Tebow.
Yeah, that whole Taysom Hill thing really reminds me of the Wildcat and how that kind of died.
Really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You beat the Patriots, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, hey, that is all that matters.
Speaking of the Patriots, Bill Belichick I'm wearing my Bill Belichick tonight too, if you can see it.
I got you. Swag.
Bill Belichick must have been so pissed about Tom Brady winning last year. They went out and tried to sign
the checkbook.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
For the first time ever, the Patriots are just throwing money out. It's that Oprah meme, like, you get a car, you get a car.
Bill Belichick was home for Valentine's Day for the first time in like 20 years. He was like, nah, I don't like this.
Yeah, he's like,
put me
"Fuck
somewhere
this."
else. Yeah, like, just think about it. That man's never spend late January, early February.
Damn,
Like,
that's crazy.
he's just always deep into the playoffs. Wow.
Before we get off the contract subjects, I do want to shout out, I don't know if you guys saw this, about what Russell Okung did with his contract.
Yep.
So in December, he converted half of his $13 million salary into Bitcoin.
Yep.
It was at 27,000. Now it's at 61. And he turned his $13 million annual salary into over 21 million.
Yeah. As a man who has a lot of money in cryptocurrency himself, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a smart move. They laughed at him because of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's laughing now.
Right. Yeah.
I love the tweet. I wish I would have tweeted. I saw a tweet from some dude. I don't know. It's probably a month ago. And it was him retweeting a tweet he did in like 2000, I think maybe 10. And it was I sold all my Bitcoin a while ago because I thought it was getting too high at 40 cents. So he sold all of his shares at 40 cents. And that day it had gone up to like $100. And then he retweeted again when it hit over 50,000. And all he said was, "I'm so dumb."
Yeah,
that would be the most
unfortunate.
terrible feeling. That would be the most terrible feeling to know that you would have had, let's say, 10,000 shares of Bitcoin or 10,000 Bitcoins back then when it's 40 cents, and seeing it now, I would, oh my God, I would think about it every single day.
Of course.
That story about that
Absolutely.
guy that sold like Apple back in like the 80s that had major stock value, kind of sold it for obviously a great amount of money that he could live a very good life and pass it on. But obviously what it would be worth 30 years later is astronomical. That story, that's a true story. I forgot the name.
It's like the guy that bought pizza with Bitcoin.
Yes.
When it was first out, like he paid for his pizza with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's funny for how many people, well, not how many people, there was one select person. We'll see if he listens to this episode, that when you mention it in a group chat and somebody else, you're talking about it, it's something new, it's something weird. Somebody hears it and goes, nah, that's not real. No, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
You could argue that game changing, life changing,
Every
looking
time
in the future, if something's mentioned, it's always blown off, but it's like, oh shit, I didn't see that.
Every time that something like blows up or is not talked about much, and like then people start talking about it, there's always going to be people that are like, it's weird. Yeah, because it's not cool right now. It's not what everyone's talking about, but
you're not
give it
making
like
money
2-3 years. Yeah, exactly. You just don't know what you're doing with it. Like, I mean, I had Bitcoin when it was like at a few $1,000s and I sold it too, but like, it's the same. It doesn't matter. Anytime I lose profit or like I sell something and it goes up, I'm always hitting myself. I'm like, damn,
and that
I should have just held on to it.
That's why I listen every time you talk about money, because I know you're ahead of shit.
Experienced too many losses.
Yeah, when I got into it, it was when I started to really deep dive into like the technological side of everything that what Bitcoin, and for example, I'm big on Ethereum too, is. And then when I started to see companies like the company I work for and other big name companies starting to invest billions of dollars into that technology. And then what that told me immediately was like, oh, this is the thing, because those companies don't make those decisions on things that aren't going to be here in 10 years. They make the decisions, like those companies are the companies that you want to look at what they're doing and be like, okay, that's going to be a thing, But investing is one of those things, as all you guys know, a lot of what investing is in anything is just holding, just
being ahead,
buying and then not touching it.
Yeah, it's just what we were talking the other day when we were talking about Top Shot. When there's these big name people talking about it, Mark Cuban, Gary Vee, all these people that got money, that's something you want to get. behind of, now the Mavs are accepting Dogecoin, even though Dogecoin is probably not gonna, who knows, but I mean, they're taking payment from Dogecoin, now there's these markets that are taking that as payment, and even Elon Musk is tweeting about that shit all day, every day. So
as a man who is has money into the Shiba Inu as well, I think of it in this way. It might not be a thing. It might, Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's not going to get at that level. All those altcoins might not be at that level, but it's trading so low at fractions. It's not even $1. You could imagine and think, you could imagine and think to yourself, hey, what's the realistic, chances that it could hit $1, just $1. Okay. And if you start to examine that and you're like, it's probably going to happen. It probably is going to hit $1. It probably will hit $2 or $3 at some point. Will it go beyond that? Probably not. But if you got in at, 50 cents or 5 cents and you bought a bunch of shares and it goes to $3, you made yourself a nice chunk of change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, by now when it's super low, I mean, like what, you throw $100 in it. I mean, people out there probably spending $100 on a lot worse shit that's not going to do anything for you, So
it goes to $3. I mean, I don't think Mark Cuban would allow it as payment for the Mavericks unless,
If it,
and it's also smart on their end too, because I mean, if they're taking that as payment, like they're taking that as payment now when it's 5-6 cents, when it's 9-10 cents, it's worth a lot more when it's 11 cents. That's why all these like sports betting websites take Bitcoin as payment too, because they're going to be making money off that Bitcoin. That's why they give it to you for free. That's why the transfer is free. That's why they're not charging you when you use your bank card, because they know Bitcoin is just going to keep going up in value. So that's why they're like, give us all your Bitcoin. We'll gladly take it. I'll take it too. I'll give you guys my wallet address.
I could talk about it all day. I'm super, super, super into it. It's what I spend most of my day at work when I'm not working or in a meeting doing.
If I see something that, social media has taught me that if usually my personality doesn't do it or mess with it, it's probably a really good idea, because I'm personally not like most people that consume most things, if that makes sense. So anytime I hear about something, I'm like, I probably wouldn't do that. Like a top shot, like a cryptocurrency. I don't mess with. I know it's going to be big because I'm very conservative when it comes to things. I got to understand it a little bit more. I won't hop on the bandwagon right away, but I know it's probably on that way. How many of us watch Shark Tank that were like, I thought about that. I should have done that. Wait, that's a thing? That's so easy. Why can't I? And it's like, yep, they just made $1 million this year. What did you do today?
Right. But I think it's smart that you recognize that. And that's the whole point of that, because that's that old man mentality where it's the parent mentality. When I was growing up, we had these things called pogs. You guys know what pogs are?
Oh, yep. I had pogs.
Pogs.
We're old. We're old enough.
My pogs.
We're old enough, Ben.
And so
I remember pogs.
We had pogs. I remember showing to my dad.
It's like you stack them up, you get a metal thing. Oh my God. What was that?
Well done.
Yeah.
Was that a sound bite?
Oh
man.
Well done, Dan.
Totally different.
Anyway, I can't even talk right now. Okay. But
well, basically,
hey, at least you recognize it. At least you recognize it, and and I think that is the thing, is understanding. I always tell my wife, my goal in life is to live to 100. And if I could, I would live forever. I don't want to live forever. I want to stay in tune to culture forever. I want to be the freshest old dude in the world.
Sound
I
like
never.
My dad, dog.
Hey, can you
get your left arm to connect, maybe?
Oh, sorry. Oh, damn! I forgot. I forgot we're on video. Any time I have those thoughts too, Ray, where I'm like immediately have that old man thought, where like, oh, that's stupid. Yep. I stop. I block it out, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it stupid? It's not stupid. You're stupid. And I just I don't even like mess with it. I just, I like new things. I like new culture.
That's something a lot of people don't have, though. That's
I
a
know,
lot of
but
that's something is rare, like that you know you don't like it, but you're actually in tune with yourself and what's going on to know
because
that it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's dumb. It just means I can't accept it, but I'm open to hearing more about it. And that's something I've learned as I get older is 1% of people versus the 99 that just ignores it.
That's just
it's
something you
because
learn as you get older, though. Like it's just experience.
Not
Like,
many. How
yeah,
many
not
people do
many.
you know that
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
right?
But
Like
if you're smart and you got common sense, like when you make mistakes, you should be all right with it. You know, be okay with making a mistake because like everyone's gonna make mistakes. But when you learn from that shit, when you're like, okay, this is what I did wrong, and you improve on it, that's when you really do something with your life. Because if you make mistakes, like all right, whatever, but if you don't do
when
anything to fix
I'm a
it, then
Gary
it doesn't
V
matter.
I also think
we're
it's
out
the
here
fear.
motivating people. Love
I
it.
also think it's the fear of the uncomfortable, and I think
Yeah.
most people in society, or just humans, in naturally, we have a tendency in nature to just stay in our comfort zones, and we like our comfort spaces, what we're used to. Life kind of takes you down the path, and then something that is new tries to enter that, we automatically jump to fear. So we fear the uncomfortable because we don't know what it is. We don't understand it yet.
Yep.
So anything we
100%.
don't understand, we automatically cast to the side and be like, I don't understand it, so it's bad because I don't understand it, because we don't have the time to take and sit down and understand it. And that's the portion which I think people should try to overcome, is just take a step back, think about it, and then from there, when you do that, you're like, holy shit, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm glad not a lot of people are like that, because then that separates somebody us four, or some of us that do think that way. That gives us an advantage and takes more opportunity. So if everybody thought like that, we'd be in a world where everybody's on the same level. So at the same time, I agree with you, but I'm like, you know what? For the people that don't understand it, you can stay there.
Yeah,
I'll
cut
just
from a
Fuck you
different
guys.
cloth.
different cloth.
Yeah.
Talk for sure. All right.
Cool.
Gravy, anything to add?
No, I was gonna go with the thing of speaking about staying there and how the pride of Coral Springs Charter, Luis Guillerme,
Oh yeah, talk
stood
about that.
stood in the
Talk to me.
batter's box for 22 pitches.
Break it down for
So,
us.
all right, listen, I'm gonna break it down pitch by pitch for you, okay?
Ooh, you guys can look it up if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yes, Luis Guillerme started off strike looking, strike swinging. All right.
Hold on. Do you want to tell
Oh.
people who he is in case they don't know?
Yes,
that
he's
who's
a
on your
utility
background?
player for the New York Mets. He's
I think
currently
he's
behind
right
me.
around
Right there.
Well,
around
I'm
Wait,
just
I
saying
thought that was
there
you.
are some people
Some
who
people say
listen
that.
to the. There's some
If
people
that hat
listen
was
to the
blue, that would
podcast.
be you.
That's not
He's
you.
a well-looking. He looks great. Okay, he looks
Yeah.
like me when I have my full beard.
Got the
Looks
little
like
gut
him
too.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, he's got a little
Got the
gut
gut.
right there.
Got
All
the
right.
gut. That's authentic. That's authentic baseball.
It is. So utility guy, he's
There you
not
go.
your everyday player, but hey, he's come up in some clutch situations. Got a hell of a glove.
Oh,
So at least we do have something in common besides the beard. So he's in the hole 0-2 immediately. Okay. He's facing Jordan Hicks, who just came back from, I believe he had Tommy John or something wrong with his elbow. Hard throwing guy. He was up in the hundreds when he first came up with St. Louis. So he starts off strike looking, strike swinging, 2 foul balls that he gets a ball. So it's 1-2. And he
are we
then,
really
then
going
the guy,
pitch by pitch?
Oh, we're going pitch by pitch. Is the guy fouls off 5 consecutive balls. Then he gets another ball, so it's 2-2. After that, 8 consecutive fouls. So chopper to the
Damn.
left, chopper to the right.
That's insane.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
bloop shot down the left field line, and the Pete Alonso, Conforto, Dom Smith, those guys were going nuts in the dugout. So fouls off 8 consecutive pitches, gets another ball, fouls off another ball, and then receives ball 4. Close to
You
being
would
in
have
the
thought
dirt.
he was going for like 500 home runs by
Yeah.
like the reaction when they walked, or like one more pitch.
Or,
Pitch.
dude, just
I love that, because that's what spring training is all about. It's like having like a little. You have fun. You obviously look to improve, but
Yeah.
that's where you have the most fun.
I thought maybe like a half-ass swing was coming in and just strike out,
Yeah.
get this shit over with. But no, he was
Taking
like,
that
I'm
shit
getting on
personal.
base. He's fighting for
I
a
love
starting
that.
job, so I respect it.
By the way, we had
RIP
breaking news.
all
That's
those
why I kind of
baseballs.
reacted. Did you guys see the breaking news as we're talking?
The Giants signed
wait,
Devontae
wait.
Booker.
If it's Russell Wilson to the Bears, I need you to prep me ahead of time because I will take my pants off.
It has to do with what we were talking about. But Shams, actually, he's called Shams, that does NBA breaking news along with Woj. He just broke the news that Jameis Winston has agreed to a new deal or a re-signing with the Saints.
Look at
What?
Shams just dominate. He broke
Wait
that.
a minute.
President Trump.
He's on football now.
Yeah, dog.
Shams is
He's
everywhere.
he's diversing himself. He's making sure he's spread out.
NFL Shams.
So
I love it.
the Saints, let me get this straight. So the Saints just gave
It sounds straight. The details need to come out because it better be a 1 year.
The Saints just gave Taysom Hill $140 million and then turned around and signed Jameis again. And you know Jameis will be the starting quarterback then. So you're telling me that
not adding up
that Tim Tebow's non-religious cousin Taysom Hill is worth $140 million? Get out of here, bro. I will go play in the NFL.
Give me some fucking pads.
Are we going to get an RIP this episode, Ben?
You got to be. Is this some kind of joke? Am I in another dimension that someone gave Taysom Hill $140 million? It's ridiculous. I don't even care. I don't even care if every year is voidable. The fact that you are saying that Taysom Hill, hey, if you do this, you're going to be worth $140 million. Then you go and sign Jameis still. What is going on?
Yeah, that's odd.
This guy's fed up.
Man, is it not ridiculous? How are you three not more upset?
No, I first of all, we're all appreciating this.
A chair thrown
this is
in
a
the
weekly
room.
segment.
I don't understand how the Saints, who were like 50 million over the cap, can do this, and the Giants sign Devontae Booker for $6 million.
I got to be honest. I never understand caps anyway, because it seems like every year people are like, hey, so-and-so only has 11 million in cap. And then I see him sign every player in the world. I know they restructure their deals, but I'm like, say it.
We got more breaking news.
Say it.
I feel like when we record this on Monday, so no, it has different, changing up sports, changing up total sport. Basically, we got a rematch of Usman
Masvidal
and me, Masvidal.
Let's fucking go
in Jacksonville
Jacksonville. I'm there.
And there's gonna be fans.
I'm there. Full camp Masvidal, baby.
Full camp Masvidal.
Full camp.
I already know what Ben's gonna say. So
yes, you know what I'm gonna say. Say the date. Say the date, Ray.
I'm in the group chat for it. You have the whole lot of sweaty shit. That's our new group chat name. That's another joke for another day. But yeah, so Dom just broke it. Not even anybody else in the group chat. Shout out Dom for breaking that news.
Never shout out.
But
Dom.
yeah, that's another. Yeah, we're breaking news here. Let's do the trifecta in the next 30 minutes. But I'm gonna have to get my hair braided. I got it braided for the July weekend. I didn't even know he was fighting. We'll have some good photos.
It's in July?
Wow. It's April 24th, 3 days before my birthday.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Oh, wait. No, it's not 4th of July. I said the last time he fought, I found out on 4th of July and I had
no. It's April 24th.
Oh, is it April 24th the fight?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
UFC 261.
Wow. That's still a month away. Not a little bit more than a month. This man taking fights. I mean, I hated the fight. I hated the way the fight.
That fight was so bad. That fight was the worst fight I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not an avid.
I was at your house.
Oh, you were at my house.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's try to make that happen, maybe.
I'm gonna be there. I'm going to Jackson. I'm going to the fight, bro.
Oh yeah, that's even better. Shit, I might slide. But yeah, I didn't like that fight at all. Stomping on the feet. I didn't even know that was a legal move. They should outlaw that. Bad. Usually companies update their rules based on if a few fights go that way. I don't know, but they tend to disband.
Like a good live in-person podcast weekend.
Yeah, we're doing big
We
things.
just record from our seats during the fight.
Go live. Live on Instagram.
We got to do that. We got to start going live on.
We can go
I
live
can't
on
believe
YouTube.
Masvidal was out here
can't believe
eating
they're
pizza
fighting
on
that
his
soon.
PJ, bro. I think he gonna win.
Who?
Is there any
Jorge?
UFC this weekend?
Yeah, Masvidal gonna beat Usman. Fuck
No.
Usman.
No way.
That boy different.
I don't like
I
Usman.
fuck with Masvidal, but nah. Usman's scary.
So we got the not to go backwards, but I did want to throw this out only because I want to try to get somebody angry on the show. So keep throwing out topics that
Okay.
might trigger some people. But MSG, Jim Dolan versus Patrick James Eldritch Ewing. I don't know if that's his name, but that was a great story because they hit they called it on First Take the Holy Trinity. They banned Spike Lee. They make him go outside and walk the other way. A guy that's been in the building every home game for 30 years. Then Charles Oakley, they ripped whatever he was probably lit. Like we all haven't been to a game and got lit, but grabbed him by the neck and basically pulled his ass out. And then Patrick Ewing obviously is controversial with he had change in his pocket. They made sure, people were saying people don't want to lose their jobs in security, but damn, it's not a good look for the Madison Square, the Mecca. I hate that they call it the Mecca because that is disrespectful to a religion.
That Spike Lee shit got to be the worst thing I've ever seen. Like,
made that man walk out from a tunnel that he always walks through.
Like, bro, like it don't matter how long you've been working security at that place. Like, you fucking know who Spike Lee is. Like, they put him on all the cameras. Like, they make it known that he's there. Like, they put the cameras on him, when
for those watching on YouTube, Gravy is not frozen. He is just holding back emotion.
And then
he almost spazzed on me in the group chat when I talked about this. So
Patrick Ewing, man, like, how do you do that to him, bro? Like,
right? That is your Michael Jordan. It's sad because everything's in perspective, meaning the Knicks never won one in that, but they had great teams. A New York Knick or a Knick basketball that you want, New York basketball, and that's your Michael Jordan. He's not 6 rings Michael Jordan, but he changed the background.
That's like Alonzo Mourning trying to get into AAA and they tell him, hold up. Like, bro, you're not telling Zoe to hold up, man.
If Zoe had a handgun in his pocket and was like, yo, just this once, they'd be like,
they let him in, bro.
You're probably not going to do anything crazy.
You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like the cashier at a store or gas station asking for this 80-year-old guy for his ID when he's buying alcohol. That's what it's kind of like.
He's got a walker.
And the guy's like, what the fuck? Look at me.
You're doing your job, but you're taking this way too serious, fam.
Yeah.
You guys done
anything
now?
To add, Gravy? Yeah, we're done.
I got a lot to add, actually.
Go
ahead. We'll give you
Let's start off with this was the Big East tournament, okay? The Big East tournament. The Knicks have nothing to do with this. Yeah, tournament. Okay?
I love it.
The Knicks have nothing to do with this, but usual Knicks hate. We suck. We always suck. We stink. We 90 games under 500. But guess what? You talk about us every day.
Down by 16 currently to the Nets.
I don't care. Okay? Don't blame the Knicks for this, okay? I've been in those employees' positions before, okay? I have. I've been in their shoes.
The Barclays, the Nets.
So if Patrick Ewing walks by through, you don't tell him, hold up?
No, bro, you have to. It's part of the process. You sign contracts when you work at the arena. Like, you are obligated to. Like, sucks to suck, buddy. Like, have your badge on you and show it. I don't care if you're Jesus Christ.
No, I was being facetious, but
no, that's fine. But I'm just saying,
I do see both sides of it where it's like, you got one that it's like, if I let this guy pass and somebody doesn't know, maybe they were saying maybe the employees were a little younger that didn't know. That could happen. I get not trying to lose your job and do your job. If he's going through the alarm system, you can't just let a pedestrian, doesn't matter who you think Mother Teresa walks through the metal detector. But It's the fact that it's happened 2 other times in that same building within the last year and a half. It just, the aesthetics do not look right.
Okay. I think you have to take those and separate them.
Can we agree with that though?
The
Can we
stuff
agree
with
with
the
that?
Knicks, I'll agree with the stuff with the Knicks. Like James Dolan is an ass and he's a terrible owner, and you don't do that to legends of your team and fan favorites. Yes. But the Patrick Ewing thing had nothing to do with the Knicks. And all I see on Twitter is the Knicks suck. The Knicks are a joke. It's this. No, it's not the Knicks.
Look at me.
It's
MSG.
Jimmy. It's Jimmy
I
D.
think if
Jimmy D.
if you
Jimmy
ran
Dean's
into your
sausage.
house, if you ran into your house and you seen somebody murdered and OJ was cooking with knives, would you just go,
That
it
is
wasn't
horrible.
You were just cooking.
That is
Or you'd be like,
horrible.
wait a
Because
second.
I don't care who
You
it
have a
is. You don't know.
reputation with-
No. I don't
That's the
care who it
quickest thing I
is.
can think of.
I don't care who
That's the
it
quickest
is.
thing I can think of. I'm sorry. I was just trying
I
to
don't
think of
care
a
who it
good
is.
example.
I don't care who it is. And you know what? I'm not going to name any people specifically. Rest in peace. Sorry if this offends anybody, but you can let anybody in and you don't know what the hell they're going to do once they're in that space, in that arena around those people. We've known some people that in public or, to the regular human being are the nicest people in the world, but they also have a few screws loose and can turn at any second. Do I think that's
Right.
going to be Patrick Ewing? Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you're just walking through. I have to do my job.
Yeah.
I'm making $9 an hour. I'm sorry, I'm not Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I love
nobody
the
knew R. Kelly was raping women.
But I still,
Hey,
that when that keys to ignition be bumping in the club, everybody be grinding.
You still listen to it, but then you're like, God
Yeah.
damn, this guy. Should I be doing this?
it's like
No,
you
I
sing
love-
half,
Is this
half the
wrong?
first line and then you stop and you're like,
go,
you just gotta
"Oh."
turn it off.
Yeah. No, but I get it. I love the passion that you have for it, because I'd be the same way if people talked about the Barclays, and that's how you're a real fan, when you care about the little things, because it goes into
Listen.
everything about it. But the fact is that Knicks don't look good. The Dolan doesn't look good as far as what he's put out. He hasn't put out or done anything positive in the last 20 years of that franchise. So you're always just going to keep taking a beating every time some semi bad news comes. So
I mean, granted, like when I worked at the Barclays, it wasn't like we weren't in this time. We weren't in this COVID time. Maybe security was a little less relaxed. But now it's like there are checkpoints and there are going to be areas where, hey, we're going to need your ID. I mean, I stood face to face with Spike Lee. Sorry, buddy, I'm going to need your ID. Or like, they'll have badges, or press guys will have press badges. They'll have special tickets to sit on the floor. What? No.
Was it more like face to waist?
I got that. Now listen, when you work at places like that, you have to sign, part of your contract when you sign is you're not allowed to have any conversation or interaction with them. Like I can't initiate that. Obviously, if they come up to me and they're like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm good. How are you? Not like, "How's your day? Like, can I get an autograph? Can I take a picture?" Like,
that's that.
How's your last 10 games?
That's that new Barclays way, because when they moved to Brooklyn, I kind of was infatuated that they were moving to Brooklyn. So I have read every news article, and they got trained by the Disney staff, and they're very good at human interaction and believing in the experience, not just you're coming to a game. You're actually
knowing people, knowing families. Dude, we got booklets.
So I agree with that.
If I saw Brooke and Robin Lopez's mom today, I would know it's her. Like they have pictures of people's family. Like, hey, like Brooke's mom comes to a lot of games. Like, if you ever see her, make sure you treat her right. Or, Paul Pierce was there, and it's little stuff like that. I mean, listen, when I worked at Citi Field, because I am who I am, like I still had to follow those rules, even though, my grandfather played for them and, everyone knew me. It's like, I used to I've told Fort this, Jose Fernandez was like the nicest dude in the world. Like I was glad like the Mars were coming, because like I would be able to talk to Jose, or like walking by in the tunnel, like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Like guys like that. Carlos Gomez, another nice guy. But it's like besides that, like you gotta treat everybody like they're a regular citizen, dude. And it's like, sorry, I got a job to do at the end of the day.
I agree with you, but you just said that these guys whether they knew Patrick or wanted, they knew that if this guy walked through a metal detector and he set it off, there's a certain way to approach him. Obviously, after that approach, he might have felt a little not well with it. So there
Did he
could
get
have
into
been
specifics of that? Because I didn't.
he never, yeah,
Okay.
he never did. Allegedly, it was a couple times where it was going through the process of getting checked in or whatever. I think,
Yeah.
think about it. He wouldn't, his team is on the main stage. He wouldn't want to put that energy to blow a distraction. He's been a player. He wouldn't want to put that out there to put it out there just to have his team distracted by maybe questions and stuff like that. So obviously what he felt was emotional. And I think just from judging him, because I watched the Knicks in the late 90s, early 2000s, where I know enough about him as an athlete and him as a person, but I felt like he reacted emotional, and that's where he got. Maybe he felt salty about the Spike Lee and Oakley, and he was like, "This is my opportunity to attack." So I do give it there.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm totally against it. You can see it from many different angles. Like, one, are you just being a dick about it? Like, you know what I mean? But also, we don't know the full story. It could have just 100%. Been a guy, it's New York, so you're going to run into an asshole here and there. But I don't know. It's just like, at the end of the day, everyone's got a job to do. You got to do a job. You got to coach. They got to do a job. They got to make sure they don't get fired. And those aren't, year-round jobs. I knew a lot of guys that did basketball or like worked at the Garden, but then also worked at City Field too. And it's like, dude, you guys know how expensive shit is in New York. So
yeah, for sure.
You gotta make sure you keep your job and get your bread. Take care of your mentals and your chicken.
Anybody else want to add on that or anything else regarding that?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Nick because the same way. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to think of it in a simplistic form. He set off the metal detector, and they were doing their job. What are they supposed to do? That's their job, and I think you should have to respect everybody in their job. They're just performing their job. What if that was you in that job and you were told by your boss or whatever, like, hey, it doesn't matter who it is, you have to, this is your job. Your fear immediately is, I have to do this because I don't want to lose my job, because you can't lose your job. And so I get Patrick Ewing's point at times, but I think he's thinking of it differently and not thinking of it at the job level, or these are just people doing their job.
Yeah.
And
of course,
what are they supposed to do? If you want to take it up with anybody, you can take it up with, the person who owns everything, the head guy. But
Mr. Nolan.
To kind of call it out like that, I don't know. They're just doing their job.
All right. No, I agree, and we'll end it on there so we could move on to a new segment that we got, the first annual or first weekly edition of Bet the Fort. So basically, Danny Fort will give us some bets throughout the week, or throughout the week that he sees that are stand out to him, or whether it's NBA, obviously UFC every weekend if there's a big fight that he wants to talk about.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah, this is yes. We should have a disclaimer. Yes. Daniel F. Fort does not take liability of anything that you may bet on these, but it's good to have some fun. We'll post it on our Instagram, maybe on our Twitter, and just kind of hold them accountable. And we'll kind of recap it and do it every week of sometimes throughout the week of some bets that he sees. So did you write down the ones that you sent to me?
I have the text message of it.
All right, yeah, I have it in front of me right now. Are you gonna do some like let's see, over unders, kind of the spread, or are you just gonna take a money line?
I mean, I'll just take money line for now.
Okay.
For the first one, but I mean, I'm open to anything. I'm open to player props, money line, spread, over under. I'll do a little bit of everything, Got into
because it's a basketball dominated weekend. We got some good matchups. Some of the ones we got 1, 2, 3, 4 matchups. You could read them off that you'll take, and then if you want to add any to that, I have them written down. So anything you add onto the list that you send me, I'll add them and then put them on the story, and we'll see how you do next week.
Yeah. So the 4 games you gave me for this week, 2 games tomorrow and 2 games Wednesday. The two games tomorrow is Boston versus Utah and Portland versus New Orleans. The two games on Wednesday is Milwaukee versus Philadelphia and Dallas versus the Clippers. So for the two games tomorrow, I'm taking the Jazz over Boston just because Jazz are one of the better teams in the NBA, even though they lost last night against the Warriors. Steph did his thing, but I think they come back wanting to get a dub, and they'll shoot a lot better than they did the night before. I'm taking New Orleans over Portland just because Dame is Dame. He's been doing his thing. I just don't know how long he can keep it up without CJ and Nurkic.
He's coming back.
So when?
Tomorrow.
That's
Who
good
is
info to know.
Nurkic or
CJ?
CJ?
Oh yeah. Breaking news again, Gravy. Go ahead.
CJ?
You can tell it.
CJ Bike.
CJ Bike.
Bike. Yeah, he's back.
I'm probably still going to take the Pelicans over Portland.
Yeah,
He'll probably be in
hot.
limited minutes.
They're hot right now.
Yeah.
They're hot right now.
Yeah,
They play well, man.
They've been playing good basketball. They beat the Clippers last night. Yeah, they destroyed them. Like they had over 100 by the third quarter. I took Paul George over 25 and over 24 and a half. He had 15. So I just like what they're doing. They're probably the most difficult team to gauge in the league. Like they'll have that game that they had last night, and they'll have a game where they don't do much. It's weird.
Yeah.
No one's talking about Zion's stats he's putting together this year.
Yeah.
Like
By the way, no one's also talking
about
about Lonzo Ball shooting well from three.
So many people hate Lonzo. I don't understand why.
I looked at his
Zion
stats.
are like the perfect pair.
He's shooting a career high across the board.
They're just tough to gauge. I don't get what it is. They're just not consistent, but they could be a really, really good team. They have all the pieces. I mean, they got every position you really need. They got Brandon Ingram, who can score at will. I don't know what it is with them. Might be defense. I don't know. The game's on Wednesday, Milwaukee and Philadelphia. I'm taking Milwaukee. No Embiid is big. I mean, I think Giannis is just he might go off for a 40-point triple-double.
That would have been a great matchup too.
It would have. It would have. You know, Embiid was looking like an early candidate for MVP, but
James Harden now.
or Kyrie.
Or Kyrie. We'll talk about that
Randall.
later. You guys are still down 16. Relax.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. And then the last one, Dallas versus the Clippers. I'm taking Dallas.
Ooh.
I like Dallas. I like Luka. He's probably one of my favorite players to watch, except he always is bitching about everything. Like, I get the refereeing sucks. I get the refs are doing too much. But, bro, relax. They're going to make bad calls. They're going to make mistakes. You're out there acting like you're 12, man. Like, I get you're still young, but I know you're not even going to listen to this, but just take a step back. And
it only took 3 years for him to become an American basketball player.
I know. Just hoop, man. And if Kristaps can do what he did the other night, they're solid, and they've been real hot. They've been real hot.
Learn from his idol.
Hey, if you don't mind me throwing in a little sleeper tomorrow, I'd like to put something down.
Ooh,
in case you hear this episode.
Bars.
I got a little 2-team parlay.
All right.
Ray's gonna like this a lot. Ray's gonna like this a lot.
I like it.
Right. Little Champions League action.
Ooh, I know who plays at 3.
Real Madrid
for us.
Real Madrid's plus 110 right now on the money line. They're up 1-0, but if Atalanta scores, they're gonna need to double that because that's an away goal for them. So
yes, sir.
I got them, and then just a little bias here, just throw it in, nice little parlay. Manchester City minus 420 over Borussia. Not gonna pronounce this, but the ending is Gladbach.
Oh,
no, they challenged, I think, Real Madrid last year.
Yeah, but we're up 2-0. They're not challenging us, pal.
That's on aggregate or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll close that shit out. But
so
if you put them together, you're looking at plus 160 for a nice little parlay.
So plus 160. So you got Madrid, or you got
I got Madrid.
So you got Madrid and then just money line?
Yep. Both money line.
Money line. Okay, both money line and Man City. Cool. Wrote that down. hold you all accountable.
Since
We're not taking bets and we're not guarantees without writing it down and making sure the people know. So
I'll give you a bet that is
show out
as close to a guarantee as possible. Joe Harris over on threes. I'm telling you.
Is that tonight? How many he got?
I don't even know. I didn't look at it. I'm mad because I've been sleeping on it. But that white dude.
You've been doing that every game for the last eight games, huh?
Listen, I was on that every game for like 4 or 5 straight games, and it hit every game. And then the last one missed by like one. But
he's 1 for 3 tonight.
I mean, it was at 2.5 when I started, and then it went to 3.5. But that only means 1 3 a quarter, and he can get high. I mean, shit, Terrence Ross hit like 8-9 threes against the Heat last night. So,
and then let me guess, Jimmy Butler locked him down.
Of course. Yeah. Jimmy got in the game and did his thing, drove to the basket, shot some free throws, had a game clinching steal. Love to see it. We're not going to get into the Heat right now, though, because we've won 9 out of 10. We got like the best half-court defense in the league. No one's seen us in the playoffs except the Nets. Like, it is true.
Shout out Rob Perez.
He went on a rant today on Twitter why no one wants to see the Heat in the playoffs. Rob Perez.
Oh.
Yeah.
At you, boy.
Worldwide Wob.
Worldwide Wob. Yep. But the Heat got be serious. It's all right.
All right.
If I ever hear Vito say that Jimmy Butler at his apex is better than Derrick Rose at his apex again.
No. Look, Derrick Rose didn't even get to his prime. He didn't get to his apex. No. I said that. Unfortunately he didn't get there. So that we can't even talk about that.
I shut that shit down fast. I said, how many?
I don't know
MVPs
what was worse,
Jimmy Butler
that
have?
or Jimmy Butler trying to be the running back for the Dolphins.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was all about. I was like, I'm not doing this today.
Yeah, D Rose, those last 2 years before he got hurt. I mean, everybody was like, holy shit, what is this guy gonna be? Like, this guy is nasty. Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah. That wraps up Bet the Fort, unless he has any more bets that he thought of or could think of last minute.
No, I mean, if you guys need any advice, shoot me a DM, shoot the page a DM. We charge a 10% fee.
Yeah.
But
I'll work on a Photoshop
of Bitcoin
of something.
Yeah, pay us in Bitcoin. Hell yeah. There it is. We'll put the wallet address in the story. You can send it through there.
Bet the Fort, sponsored by Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Shout out Bitcoin.
Let's I'll kind of leave the next segment to you guys. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything off the
top five? I'm ready to wrap this shit up.
I mean, we got to talk a little bit about the stimmy. What y'all gonna do with the stimulus check?
I don't think I qualify, so
I want bad answers. Like,
Ben doesn't qualify. So Fort, what are we doing with this stimmy?
Oh, y'all rich, bro. Y'all rich.
Is qualification still off 2020? Because if it's off 2021, I qualify.
I'm an adult. My stimmy's going straight to credit cards where it belongs.
Yeah, as it should. And
that's a smart answer though. Give me something crazy.
No, because then I can use the credit card again to spend it.
Yeah. There's nothing that grinds my gears more than people that are talking about being broke or that they want this and that, and then they get the stimmy. And I'm just like, really? You had to buy the newest drop for the Nike app? Really? You had to like I won't say it to them because whatever, you're just remain in your bubble of whoever.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way.
Tweets.
You're not focused on
and that's why you're looking forward to a stimulus check.
Yeah, like come on.
At this point. Yeah, me, I'll probably I've been thinking about like 3 things, either just like paying 2 months of my rent ahead of time and having that out the way, credit cards, or
nice.
Just throwing that $1,400 right into the stock market and selling some more puts like I've been doing.
Yeah.
That's the only things I've really thought about, honestly. But I already used $350 of it though, and I bought a gun, so you ain't catching me laughing.
I was gonna say we pro gun. I'm not pro gun, but I'll all right, if it's for protection, in your home or whatever you got going on.
Caught lacking.
All right, bet. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Any shout outs? Nothing. All right, cool. Let's jump into this top five Gravy's top 5. Gravy, what's the topic this week?
Top 5 video games growing up.
And immediately Fort said
4
Well,
is
yeah,
just
I didn't-
against any top 5 I ever have.
I
So
didn't have a
that's true.
system growing up
Kinda
as a
true.
kid. My
He had
parents,
Dreamcast.
yeah, my
Dreamcast.
parents made sure that that was not in the household. I remember I can't even remember what system it was. I found it in the dumpster and I took it home, and my dad found it and he's like, "I'll let you use it tonight." And then tomorrow morning, it's going right back in the dumpster. And this motherfucker did that. He threw it out, but he threw it out in a different dumpster, so I couldn't find it.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have any console until I bought an Xbox when I was like a junior or a senior in high school.
That's crazy because I didn't prepare for the top 5, but this is the quickest top 5 I've ever done. I just did it while Fort was talking, and it was easy. I probably got a couple I'm going to write down as honorary, but I wrote down the 5. I'm going to probably put in order in a quick second. But
go ahead, lead it off.
All right, I'll lead it off. Fuck it. So
You don't
I
have to
got
do any
number.
order.
All right, cool. Nah, I'll do an order. So I'll do number 5. I'll do Mario 64. Played that a lot. What is that? The
Mario
single
Party?
player Mario? No, not Mario Party. It's I think it's Mario 64, where you're Mario only and you're playing every level, going in the castles, trying to save Peach. You ever play that? It's on Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
Maybe
Super
I'm too
Mario
old.
Brothers.
Help me out. No, Mario 64.
On the
Anyway.
Nintendo 64.
I'll send you all a picture. If please DM us if you know what I'm talking about, so I don't send this whole. Anyway,
this guy's playing video games I never heard of.
Yeah, no. Let's see. Number 4.
This guy got his video games at Aldi.
Number 4. I'll put GoldenEye. James
Oh.
Bond
Love that.
GoldenEye.
That was in my
Double
top
gunner.
5. Good shit.
Even it's in my top 5.
DD-44 double gunner. You hide in a facility,
Oh,
back up,
dude.
come out, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Love that.
I used to love the
that
music
video
to
game.
it.
Number 3, I'm going to put NFL Blitz. NFL Blitz. No, am I still too old here?
No,
I'm only 31.
Too old.
God
I'm
damn.
older than
I
you,
remember
bro.
Blitz.
Come on, dog. NFL Blitz.
I remember it.
Fuck.
I remember it.
Yeah,
I
like
actually
you
just
could,
thought
you,
of a few games
you
when
could
I used to
sack
go
the
to my friend's
quarterback
house.
after he's down. You could lay the elbow, lay a leg
Yep.
kick. You could hit people. All right, whatever.
Blitz used to
So-
show like the bones breaking and shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire. Love that. My top 2 now. So I'm looking at it. Obviously, number 2, I'll go Sonic the Hedgehog. That was one of my on Sega. That was one of my first video games I played at my cousin's house. I remember that, Beavis and Butthead. But Sonic was I still play it on the arcade if I see it in an arcade. The drinking place. What's that place in Oakland Park? Glitch. They got arcade.
Glitch bar.
You can drink it. Yeah, they got those games. Number 1, I got Mario Kart. I'm Toad. That's my favorite Mario Kart. You can play it by yourself. Dominate.
Toad.
I'm Toad. I don't know.
Number 1,
Am I still?
I got Mario Kart. I'm Toad.
I'm Toad. Everybody who I talk Mario Kart with immediately blurts out what player they play with. Obviously, you guys aren't on that level. But as an honorable mention, I have No Mercy, which is a wrestling game. Love No Mercy. You could create your own character, the entrance music, tag teams, ladder matches. Trying to think, and then obviously Madden, but and GTA. I didn't want to put those newer games within the last 10 because I wasn't passionate about it. But when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, those are the 5 games I love to play.
Sick.
That's
Like
my top
this.
5.
I thought of a few that I remember growing up. I remember playing Marvel vs. Capcom. It was probably one of my favorite ones as a kid growing up. I used to play at my friend's house. Crazy Taxi was fun too.
Yo, Crazy Taxi. was my shit.
Did that come out before GTA or was
I think
before
so.
GTA became big? Yeah, I remember
I was
that.
playing it
real
on his
quick.
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Yeah. What was the Slugfest? MLB Slugfest.
Slug. Oh my god, I
Slugfest
forgot
was
about
my
that.
shit. Yeah,
That's
I
a
used to play
great-
that
I
on the
need that.
GameCube. And then I really like the Pokemon Game Boy games, like Pokemon Silver version and then Crystal
Yellow.
version. Yeah, yellow.
Yellow.
I had a yellow version. I let my brother borrow it on my Game Boy, the extra Game Boy I had, and he fucking left that shit somewhere. I can't remember if it was.
Bro, I had the
Little bro-
extension.
little
I had
brother's
I had
always
the
fucking
extension for the
We
cheat
lost that
codes.
shit. Yeah. I used to have like the light that plugged in on the side of my Game
Yep.
Boy so I could play at night before they dropped the
Ah,
SD,
yeah.
had the backlight.
I knew.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Right? Think about that. When you're younger, you think that's the most fire technology ever.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
I got a little light that you can clip on.
Yeah, had this thing you can move it any direction you wanted. Yep.
That's dope. What else is in your top 5?
I think that was 4. Shit, 5.
Ford's
know, bro.
top 4.
I'll go.
Ford's 4.
I'll go. So Nick can go last.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Gravy will go last. Don't call him Nick, please.
Who the fuck
Go
is
ahead.
Nick?
I'm not calling him Gravy.
Yeah, he
Who's
can't.
Nick?
It's not. It just doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't
work.
flow. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
These aren't. I mean, these are just 5, not in any order. But the original Mortal Kombat, I used to play that shit all the time.
Okay.
I love that game. There used to be this PlayStation game called Crash Bandicoot.
Damn, that's on my list. That's my favorite.
Don't say it
That
like
game-
it's that unknown. Don't say it like, oh, there was
It
this
is-
game back when I was a boy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's a good.
I don't know if
everybody
it's
knows
still
that.
around. I
I
don't know
mean,
if it's still
people
around.
know. People know. It's
But we used to
relevant.
play. My brother and I used to play that shit all the time. That game was so much fun. GoldenEye 007, that was on there. That game was great. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Oh
I used to
yeah.
play all the
Tony
time.
Hawk.
Ooh, Tony
Fuck yeah.
Hawk. Yes.
Yep. And then, like the very first original Grand Theft Auto, I was obsessed with for a while.
Oh, gee, yeah.
So those 5.
Well done.
All right, top 5. That was quick and simple. I love it.
You got
Alright.
Nick.
Nicholas
Nicholas.
at 5 because this is the 5th
five.
week that I've got this correct.
Ooh.
Midnight Club Dub Edition.
Ooh.
What?
Okay.
Midnight Club Dub Edition.
Harden?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Midnight Club. Yeah.
4, I
played that
had
on
Crash
PS4.
Bandicoot.
Yep.
3, I had Fight Night.
Fight night. All right.
2,
There
I
you go.
had Specific here, and I believe
Specific.
this was the year. T.O. was on the cover. NFL 2K5. I think I
Was
had it
that
for
the
the
last
Dreamcast.
2K?
I want to say yes.
Was that was the most popular 2K when it
Yeah,
came
I
out?
just know
to
that was the one
compete?
with T.O. on it.
Yeah.
That was the one that
One hand in
competed.
that bit.
Yeah, that was
think
when
that was the one that
AI was
competed
on
with Madden.
NBA Live.
Okay.
And then one I have Super Smash.
Mm.
Because that's my
Yeah,
game,
There's a lot
and-
of great games.
No one can see me or my dog Jen. Shout out Jen with Kirby.
Kirby.
The rapper on 106 in Park back in the
No,
day, Freestyle
Vito's
Friday.
girlfriend Jen.
Oh, never mind. I had a glitch.
A lot of Vito
I was like-
references today.
A lot of Vito references.
More- I
don't
Shout
know
out
who
Vito.
Vito
Hey,
is,
wait!
but-
Shout out! Whoa! Shout out my boy Ant.
Oh
Coming
yeah.
back, getting
Talk-
a nice
talk to
minor
him.
league deal with the Diamondbacks. Okay.
We got a
I
few
don't know.
shout-outs.
I'm sure he's pitched since, but his first appearance came in, struck out the side. Okay, walked the first guy.
Swarzaks.
Second guy got a nice little blue pit, little Elvis Escobar-esque,
Ooh,
and then he just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna strike the next 30 guys out. Handled business.
Light work.
light work.
So shout out to
Speaking
Anthony.
of-
Hope he makes a team.
Yes, yeah, big friend of the pod, obviously.
Yeah. good
We
guy.
speaking of Swarzaks, I golfed a 97, posted it a little bit just
Congrats.
to brag. I don't
Congrats.
usually do posts, but I felt really good. A lot of people were shouting me out for my birthday. It wasn't my birthday, but
I know. I was like,
I
wait a
ro-
minute, is this his birthday?
yeah, ironically, it's this week is my birthday, September 18th. So this is my half birthday. I looked it up. I was like, I wonder how close I am to my half birthday that people are just asking. I was like, damn, people really know me better than I know myself. So it's not my birthday, but I appreciate all the birthday shout outs. Never golfed less than 100. So 97 went into it. Me and Vito are a team. We do a 4 derv. We compete and we won shots. So I won shots, got my highest score. Great fucking Saturday with the boys.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to a lot of golf this spring and summer
Yes.
in Iowa.
Yep.
Golf.
Need it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to JT winning the players this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Cashing in my $5 bet on him. Appreciate it.
I think we're gonna have to start doing maybe a utility player shout out now that baseball. I think we're gonna have to do a
We
shout
gotta
out.
highlight
to,
a utility player
we
every
get a
episode.
highlight per week. Like now,
Ooh,
when
I
baseball
like it.
comes out, right? It's only right because utility players. I looked up definitions of it, and it's that guy that isn't a starter, isn't a staple in the lineup, but he'll get it done. And I personally always felt like that, whether that's in sports or in business. I've always felt like I'm not going to be the best at something, but I'll make sure I outwork you. I'll show up every single day, put me wherever, and I'll outshine the next person. So that's why when you guys Ben and Gravy made the announcement or told myself and Fort that we would be called the Utility Players Podcast, immediately I was like, that makes sense. That sticks to kind of what I'm about basically in life. And I love that.
Can we call it the Mike Mordecai Award?
Oof. Can't debate that.
There you go. I'm telling you.
Mike Mordecai guy.
I'm writing it down.
Mike Mordecai.
All right, guys. You can find us streaming now. Like I mentioned last week, Apple. Watch us on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, PodBean. We are in the works of getting approved for other platforms, Pandora, iHeart. But go ahead and listen to us. Comment, like us on Apple, give us a rating so we kind of stand out above everybody else's podcast. I appreciate you guys for listening and hopefully watching. Peace.
Peace.
I bet.
See you. I bet.